This year's full moon in Libra is happening on Saturday the 12th at 23 degrees. What does this mean for you? Let's chat about it. Tension between relationships will be a big headliner during this full moon in Libra. So anything that was starting back in October 2024 will be connected to this. Whatever you began, we're coming to a completion point or a high point in the aspects. So what has progressed over the last 6 months and what is coming to a completion, a culmination, or an evolvement? Collaborations and partnerships are going to be the main focus, and expect there to be tension in the air. We just had Venus on the same day. Libra's ruler is now direct, and that's not a coincidence, right? We don't believe in coincidences. But we also, on Monday, the 7th of April, had Mercury go direct. So all planets are now starting to go forward, they're stationing, and things will start to ease. But we're still in shadow periods. We still have this tension. We also have a square with Mars happening with Libra and the moon. So there's this tension, this heaviness, this reworking that will be done over the next couple days. So don't be surprised if partnerships with friends, family, co-workers, bosses, those you do any collaborations with have some kind of tension or boiling point or some kind of unease, or you're just clashing or hitting heads on something, or you're hearing each other wrong. Again, it's going to take a little bit to clear up, but that is such a big piece to this year's full moon. So Libra as a whole, it's in all of our charts, but Libra is a cardinal sign. It is an air sign. It's how we communicate. It's how we connect. They're all about relationships and collaborations. You might notice too, like social justice will be a big part of this, and also balance. Finding balance in our lives. Where are we imbalanced? And how are our partnerships? Are they balanced? Are they imbalanced? What needs to be reworked around this time? You may be asking yourself, with this conflict and tension in the air, is it worth it? And what is worth fighting for? This is where we might have that groundbreaking fight or just discourse where we're like, we just don't see eye to eye. Well, this can make a relationship or break a relationship in any area of our lives. So I can go through the 12 signs in just a moment. But in general, there is this tension where you just don't understand each other, or you have different points of view, or there's things coming up from the past that have never resolved. So it's coming to this really heated moment. By you learning about this Libra full moon and what to expect, you have the upper hand. Knowledge is power, and when you know that there's going to be conflict or tension in the air, or there's going to be arguments, the thing that you need to know is how you respond can change the outcome. So it's all about listening and finding balance, and also finding that relief, right? So instead of being reactive, we can listen, and then it's listen and we don't judge. So allowing things to come, but also how we respond. What's our tone? What's their tone? Are we hearing their message clearly? Are they hearing our message clearly? So if you can slow down and ask yourself those questions before you decide one way or the other, that can make things a little bit more peaceful as we go through this transition time. Let's go through the 12 signs. Aries, this is happening in your 7th house of partnerships and long-term contracts and commitments. There's going to be some tensions between you and another or others, being with that Mars square happening in your sign. Taurus, this is happening in your 6th house of work, your routines, your daily routines and habits, your health and wellness, your pets. Gemini, this is happening in your 5th house of romance, creativity, entrepreneurship, enjoyment, and pleasures. Cancer, this is happening in your 4th house of home, family, real estate, your roots, your hometown even, and mother figures. Leo, this is happening in your third house of short distance travel, online, social media, writing, cousins, nieces, nephews, siblings, neighbors and neighborhoods, and also writing. I did say that already, but Virgo, this is happening in your second house of material wealth, your self-worth, food styles, your paycheck and how you make your money. And Libra, this is happening in your first house of self. This is your full moon. It's who you are and how you identify yourself and what you want for yourself. Scorpio, this is your 12th house of the subconscious, the unseen, addiction, self-undoing, helping those in need, and sobriety. Sagittarius, this is happening in your 11th house of hopes, wishes, and dreams, the community, socializing, social justice, connections to the community. Capricorn, this is happening in your 10th house of career, legacy, how you want to be remembered. And it's those traditions that you have held throughout the family and lifetimes. It's what you dedicate your time to and what you're known for. It's your title. And Aquarius, this is happening in your 9th house of learning, spirituality, philosophy, traveling, expansion, going overseas or planning overseas travel, just expansion in general. Pisces, this is happening in your 8th house of taxes, inheritance, other people's monies, resources, debts, addictions, sex, and secrets that are held below the surface. Compromise is the word to remember, and let go. If something is done, this is the time to allow the universe to separate it from your life. Don't hold on too tightly. Allow things to evolve. That is what this is all about. Cycles need to complete so new ones can begin. And with that, I'm sending you so much love. Bye for now.